All right, welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to get into a variety of topics, but this first topic, we've got some new spottings of this elusive Tesla Model 3 Highland. We've got a potential headlight leak, like an actual part, an actual piece, plus some more spottings in the China market, which we are rumored to be releasing, not we, Tesla will be releasing the Tesla Model 3 Highland very soon. So we're going to take a look at that, plus a plethora of a lot of different topics. So before we get into that, let's roll that intro real quick. All right, so thanks for watching another stream. Thanks for watching another video. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description, where you can support the channel and get access to the ultimate Tesla buying guide out there with all the best interest rates for financing your Tesla. So definitely check it out. All those interest rates lower than Tesla financing. So definitely check out Patreon link down below in the description. So let us take a look at this. These two most recent spottings, or what we like to call leaks, or even uncovered, of this Model 3 Highland that is potentially coming out. We got this from Drive Tesla Canada update. A second black Model 3 was also spotted. Looks like some sort of post from some sort of Chinese social media of some sort. We've got a white Model 3 Highland that's of course covered with the brawl and the leather brawls on top of that. And then we've also got a white Model 3 Highland put in either in front of it or in back of it, or the black one's in front or something like that, also covered as well. Super camouflage. It looks like these posts were coming from the China Xinjiang region. Hopefully I said that right. Quote, if recent reports are accurate, as of August 14th, Shanghai is now only producing the new Model 3 after a 2-week transitionary period. So question mark here is it launching soon at Elon Musk? And that is the question. And when is this launching? Because every single day, or at least every other day, or it feels like every other week, there seems to be some sort of leak or some sort of announcement regarding the Tesla Model 3 Highland. And so here's another leak. Shout out to Dominique Cybertruck 420. He posted this from Muko Chang Kong, I guess some new account that just posted up onto Twitter or /X, and this is the exact original post. Tesla Model 3 Highland front headlights. Suspected internal staff from Shanghai Tesla confirmed that the Highland has been launched in September during production. So we've got some sort of picture here. You can see it is very sleek, almost Model S like, very Model S like exactly. And we can see, but judging by this picture, which this picture was leaked a long time ago, which started this whole debacle of the Model 3 Highland. This was supposedly uncovered. We still aren't sure if this was photoshopped or even real, or even if it's fake, but we can see there's a lot of different changes that are coming, and especially it just looks a lot more sleek looking at the end of the day with the Model 3 Highland, and whatever take it for whatever it's worth. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on the new headlight for the Highland, the new Highland headlight, and everything else from that. But we're going to jump into the next topic. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is the Patreon link. Where you support the channel and get access to the ultimate Tesla buying guide out there with all the best interest rates for financing your Tesla, all better than Tesla financing. So definitely check it out. Patreon link down below in the description. But thanks for coming in. Thanks for supporting everybody. Today's Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to everybody. We've got some interesting stuff this week. We've got, if you didn't know, we got pulled over for our Model X had tint on the sides and on the front. So we got pulled over by CHP. So we got to go to our favorite shop, Jason at OC Tint Solutions, to get it removed, and then go to a CHP office to get that signed off. So let me know if you want to see a video about that. I wasn't going to make a video about that, but now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I should at the end of the day to make a video about the whole process, so that because I know a lot of you out there are probably getting tint for your Tesla as well, so you probably are interested in knowing the process on what happens if you get pulled over. In this next topic, the new Model S and Model X jack just got released and it is $10,000 cheaper. But what we actually were able to find out after is that Tesla is software locking the range on the new Model S and Model X. So what does this actually mean? What could this mean in the near future? And also, what does this mean for newer vehicles that Tesla hasn't released yet and what they might do with that? So we'll talk about it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, so definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. Shout out to Occupy Mars. He posted this tweet. Genius idea. If the standard range Model S and X batteries are software locked, what if Tesla offered a monthly subscription to unlock the battery for a month? Essentially, if you're going to be going on a road trip, you could pay $500 for that month to get that extra range. Of course, Occupy Mars posted this before it was commonly found out that the new Tesla Model S and Model X were software locked. And if you don't know what exactly we're talking about, yesterday, when Tesla launched the newer, cheaper Tesla Model S and Model X, they limited the range. So now there is a Model S standard range, which is $10,000 less than the long range Model S, but it also has a 320 mile range versus 400 miles. And now there's also a cheaper Model X standard range at $88,490, but it has a 269 model range. But spoiler alert, if you go to waitingfortesla.com, our favorite website, you can see that there's already $9,500 discounts across the board on the Model S and the Model X. And of course, if you stack that with a Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description, you can save an extra $1,000 off a Model S or Model X. And of course, $500 off a Model 3 or Model Y, plus 3 months of full self-driving. So definitely check it out. Tesla referral code down below in the description. And thank you to everybody that's used our Tesla referral code in the past and in the future. So the question here is, like, if Tesla is already going to be doing this with the Model S and the Model X, well, this is a great idea because Tesla definitely has a problem right now with all this inventory in their inventory. They've got tons of Model S, 313 at least posted on Waiting for Tesla, and 709 Tesla Model X's posted for sale. And so it's kind of weird that these prices of these inventory cars are already in this price range. And so now that they can offer a lower price, then could there be more discounts on the Model S and Model X in the near future? Potentially. And could Tesla use this as a way to make some of their vehicles qualify for the Inflation Reduction Act, get it under a certain price, which if for SUVs, it's $80,000. But there's one other vehicle. Well, there's two vehicles actually that haven't been released yet. And what if Tesla is going to be doing this same exact strategy? Maybe not charge people for a subscription, but maybe charge people after the fact, after they buy the vehicle, to get under a certain threshold point, and then charge them after the fact to give them that extra range. So the one thing that comes into mind for me is like the Cybertruck. The Cybertruck, we have no idea what the pricing could be, but we do know that trucks have to be under a certain MSRP limit, which is $80,000 to qualify for the $7,500 federal tax credit. So the question is Tesla going to be using this type of strategy? Are they going to be using it on the Tesla Cybertruck? Are they going to be using it on the Tesla Model 3? Or really, are they going to be doing this across all different models to try and incentivize to offer lower prices? Like, so my question to you is, like, if there was a Tesla Model 3, like, because right now the current price of the Model 3 is what? Like $42,000 or $40,000 for the base one, but commonly in inventory, it's like $37,000 at a low price. What if Tesla was able to drop this price initially off the bat all the way down to like $25,000? But they said, hey, if you buy this vehicle at $25,000, it's going to have a 200-mile range. And if you give us your $7,500 federal tax credit, we'll unlock this range after the fact through a software unlocked. I mean, I think they've done this in other markets like Canada as well. So this could be a very interesting future in which Tesla will charge lower prices when they can to try and move more units, and then try and software unlock the range afterwards. So definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. I mean, it's interesting to see that Tesla is selling vehicles with a software lock range, and it certainly makes a ton of sense for the Model S and Model X because they've got a ton of inventory and they need to sell it at lower prices. So let me know what your thoughts on it. We're going to jump into the next topic. Paul, thanks for coming in. Welcome back. Thanks for supporting. Let me see, water break. But if you're just about to buy a Tesla or you just bought a Tesla, definitely check out our Tesla discount codes, accessory discount codes down below in the description. We got 3D Mats USA for a premium floor mat. We got Vion for interior accessories. We got Jawa for the best interior accessories, and also MAGBAK down below in the description. All right, what else we got? In this next topic, you might have just saw that the Model X standard range just got released. It's got a newer, lower price, but it's also got a really low range. So we'll talk about why I think, and why probably a lot of people think, that you should not buy a Model X standard range and you should probably buy this instead. But we'll make the case for both and take a look at it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, so definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. Shout out to Sawyer. He posted this quote: "For those interested in the standard range Model X, unless you really need the extra space, I strongly recommend you get a Model Y long range instead." So taking a look at the stats between a Model X standard range at 88,490, a 260-mile range, which when I first saw that, I definitely thought it was on the lower side and really not usable at all, especially for a big vehicle like that. Model Y standard range, I could see it making sense because it could be more of a daily drivable vehicle, and so that would be a little bit better in its smaller case. But 0 to 60 and 4.4 not eligible for the EV tax credit, and length 199. But the one thing to keep in mind here is if you take a look at current Model X's in inventory, there's very commonly $9,500 discounts plus an extra $1,000 if you use a Tesla referral code, like the one down below in the description. So really, we should be kind of comparing it. I mean, it's not there yet, but $78,000 give or take for a Model X standard range. Of course, you can compare this to a Model Y long range, much bigger savings in terms of price, almost $28,000 to $38,000 less. Of course, you do get the $7,500 federal tax credit, which is massive. You can get 7 seats, even though those 7 seats are super tiny, and of course it's going to have a longer range. But the one thing that's the big difference between a Model X and a Model Y, the Model X is slightly, I wouldn't call it 100% luxury, but it is a couple notches in the right direction for luxury. Model X has air suspension, it's got a little bit more premium quality features, and it has like a bigger screen, and also with the tilt feature. So it is just like that much more luxury, along with like ventilated seats. But the biggest thing to me versus the Model X and Model Y is it's just a little bit more comfortable at the end of the day with the air suspension. But leave it to Ethan, who posted this: Model X features unavailable in the Model Y, which is completely correct. Ventilated seats, automatic front and Falcon wing doors, which I do like the front doors a lot on the Model X, but the Falcon wing doors on our Model X has definitely been a ton of a headache. We've been to service 5 or 6 times in the past month, and I still have to go back, and it's still not fixed yet. So we'll just leave it to be on that. Larger display, which makes sense. Rear passenger screen, that's pretty nice. 22-inch wheel option if you're into that, and a cream interior option and more. So there are certainly a ton of different features, but the question is the Model X $30,000 more in more value than the Model Y? Really depends at the end of the day. And of course, if you're a business owner, then of course the Model X is 1,000 going to make more sense at the end of the day. Even if you're like a sole prop or someone has their own side hustle or business, then a Model X will definitely make more sense at the end of the day. But let me know what your thoughts on it. Let me know what you're thinking. We're going to jump into the next topic. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is the Patreon link. You support the channel and get access to the ultimate Tesla buying guide out there with all the best interest rates for financing your Tesla. So definitely check it out. Patreon link down below in the description. If you're just joining in, welcome. Tesla has leaked, Tesla has not leaked. A couple of things got leaked. So there's more spottings of this Model 3 Highland in the China market, a black one and a white one. And then also this came out earlier today from Muko Chang Kong. Of course, it seems like some sort of user on X that just came to the game, but Dominic Cybertruck 420 highlighted it. This seems to be the Model 3 Highland headlight that just got leaked. And of course, it does look pretty in line with this picture, which was also leaked, that started it all for the Model 3 Highland. So we're getting closer and closer every single day to this Model 3 Highland. And so we shall see see what is going to be coming up, but I'm certainly pretty excited to see what this is actually going to be coming out. And I don't have any plans to buy a Model 3 Highland, but you never know. I also get, I fall into the FOMO a lot pretty easily. In this next topic, we polled the channel and asked people if Tesla would drop prices in the near future, but there's another thought that what if Tesla is going to raise prices in the near future? So we'll talk about it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, so definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. Whoop. So let us take a look at this. So we polled the channel. If you didn't know, we run polls every single day on the channel. So if you're interested in figuring out what is going on and if you want to put your feedback, here's the question. Do you think more Tesla discounts are coming? And an overwhelming 71% said yes, 13% said no, 7% said it's well priced, and 5% said not sure. But there is definitely some interesting things coming onto the horizon, of course, with this tax credit. So shout out to Christopher on X. He posted this. Tesla is likely to raise prices in 2024. Why? Number one, reduce interest rates for creating more loan demand. Is that a thing? Or I thought the Fed was going to be raising more rates even more. But if they do reduce rates, then yes, people will be more inclined to try and purchase and take on more debt to buy more things. But number two, which is probably more important, is that on January 1st, Tesla and all the other EV or all the other manufacturers that sell EVs are supposed to be able to figure out how they can pass this $7,500 electric vehicle tax credit as point of sale to the customer. Of course, it's probably going to be a lot more easier for Tesla to be able to discount this up front. I don't know how they're going to actually do it, but that is one thing to note, that last year there was this type of craze because there also was this $7,500 federal tax credit that came into play on January 1st. And so now that this might be point of sale, there could be a huge rush to either stall and wait until next year or try and take delivery if Tesla does to incentivize more discounts. Because last year in December, Tesla kind of realized a lot of people were trying to push off until next year. So they basically said that we're just going to give a $7,500 discount on all models, Model 3, Model Y, S, and even X. And so Tesla also has a big number to hit to sell by the end of the year at 1.8 million vehicles globally. So this could be a very interesting climate if Tesla needs to discount vehicles or try and get ahead to pull ahead from next year's sales. But this is definitely some interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. What do you think is going to be happening with Tesla prices next year? Do you think it's going to increase? I kind of keep thinking it's going to be decreasing as we get close out to the end of the year. And then actually even January, we're probably going to be going into a little bit of a lull. But you got to remember, last year when Tesla entered into the new year, they didn't really do anything for 15 days. In January, the price of the Model Y long range was $66,000, and they waited all the way until January 12th. I guess not all the way, but at least a week and a half to drop the price down to $52,990. So we could see a repeat of what could happen or what happened last year. But according to Christopher Dungeon, prices definitely could be going up or they could be going in another direction. But let me know what your thoughts on it. We're going to jump into the next topic. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Double choose the Patreon link to support the channel, so definitely check it out if you're interested. All right. Got a couple quick hit topics. So thanks for jumping in. Thanks for supporting. We haven't got to figure out our giveaway too. I guess we haven't figured out. I think we might just have to self-fund a giveaway and give away something. We got a lot of stuff we could give away, I guess. Some t-shirts or something. In this next topic, Tesla just released a new Tesla wall connector, but the question is, do you need it? Because there's some thoughts that I have about it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, so definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. So shout out to Tesla Charging. They posted this. Now there is a brand new wall connector that you can buy from Tesla that basically starts to copy the same exact setup that the MAGBAK dock superchargers have. Basically, if you've got a Tesla Model Y and a Volkswagen ID4 as shown in the video, you can charge both of these vehicles using the same plug. You can see there's some sort of magic adapter on it that allows you to plug into J1772 vehicles and or plug in, take off the adapter and put it into your Tesla. But the one thing with this, and the one thing I'm not too excited about, because yes, the universal wall connector that you can buy is great if you've got both a Tesla vehicle and a normal vehicle, but the price of it is not too great. And the one thing with this is if you're looking to buy a charger, which you can get Tesla wall connectors relatively inexpensively, the retail price is $475. And if you're looking to purchase a Tesla wall connector, definitely send me a DM on one of the platforms. We've got some for sale at a much better price than $475 retail. But the Tesla wall connector, the universal wall connector, is a staggering $595. So that is definitely on the higher end. And the one thing with the other Tesla wall connector, the one that you can get for a much better price, all your Tesla vehicles that you buy come with a J1772 adapter. And that's really all you need to plug into a J1772 vehicle. I know this because we have a J1772 charger at home and we can plug that into a regular vehicle and I can plug it into my vehicle at the end of the day. And the vice versa exists as well. If you're looking to plug in a Tesla wall connector, you can put the adapter on it and plug into a J1772 adapter. So I'm pretty sure adapter could be much cheaper than a Tesla wall connector or the universal wall connector at $595. And so you could really save a bunch of money if you're looking to scrunch a bunch of money at the end of the day. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. It is cool to see at the end of the day that Tesla is coming out with a new product that allows you to do both, but I could certainly see the case be made to just try and buy a Tesla wall connector or even get both or even a third-party brand, because most third-party brands are in this same price range as well, if not even cheaper. So definitely check it out, but let me know what your thoughts on it. We're going to jump into the next topic. Ben King, thanks for coming in. Welcome back. Thank you for supporting. Let's see, we got 3 more topics, and then we also got to talk about the CVRP program because we haven't talked about that one in a while. So let me know what your thoughts on it as well. But are you interested in buying a J1772 charger or the Tesla supercharger wall connector, or are you really looking to spend that $600 plus shipping for the Magic Dock universal wall connector for both your vehicles? But as I said before, if you're interested in a Tesla wall connector, we've got some for sale, so definitely hit me, send me a DM on one of the platforms so we can figure out the shipping and everything for that. All right, what else we got? In this next topic, we're all excited about the Tesla Cybertruck, but let's make the case for what the pricing will be, because Christopher Dungeon actually feels like the pricing of the Tesla Cybertruck might be around $79,990. So let's take a look at it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, so definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. So we do have a Cybertruck on order. Pretty excited to see if this vehicle actually rolls out. But Christopher Dungeon thinks that the Cybertruck MSRP will be $79,990. And I've actually thought about the same exact pricing for this, because there is one thing that Christopher labels in here that actually makes a lot of sense. If the truck comes in under $80,000, it could potentially qualify for the full $7,500 federal tax credit. But the thing with this is this vehicle has to qualify for the tax credit on its own as well, regarding like battery materials and the battery manufacturing. So if that both checks off, then yes, Tesla would have every motivation to price this vehicle under $80,000 so that it qualifies for the full $7,500 federal tax credit. But a couple things I like from his pitch here is that what if the Tesla Cybertruck only comes standard with one option? No white seat option, no wheels option. It basically only has one sort of production, and also maybe the only option will be full self-driving, which is a software option on top of that. That might be a very interesting thing, maybe even makes a lot of sense. So I would love to see the Cybertruck come in around this price point. So it does qualify for the $7,500 federal tax credit. And also with Tesla, all these different things that have been happening with the Model S and Model X with a lower range or standard range, as we like to call it. What if Tesla starts to do this with the Cybertruck or even every model that comes out? I know it'd be pretty annoying to have to pay for more features or more software unlocks or like heated seat software unlocked or even more range software unlocked. But what if Tesla starts to do this with all the different vehicles moving forward to offer like a low price variant and then offer more features after if you are looking to pay for it? So let me know what your thoughts on it. Do you think the Cybertruck is going to be coming out at this lower price? Do you think it's going to be higher, or do you think it's going to be lower? So we're going to jump into the next topic. Oh, Paul, did I say hi to you? Sorry about that. Paul, thanks for coming in. Ben King, thanks for coming in. Thanks for supporting. Let me know if you have any questions, if you got any questions about buying a Tesla, selling a Tesla, or even financing a Tesla. But we're going to just run through a few more topics. In this next topic, 71% of Americans don't know about this Tesla buying hack, and which is kind of unfortunate, but at the end of the day, right now, there's so much information out there with all these different incentives. I kind of understand and feel why a lot of people don't know about all the different deals out there, because there is a lot of deals for buying a Tesla, a lot of different programs, a lot of different incentives. But shout out to Electric, they posted this. Why don't 71% of Americans know about the money that they can get from the IRA, which is the Inflation Reduction Act? And really, that money is the $7,500 federal tax credit on a Model 3 or Model Y. And on top of that, if you're looking to save an extra $500 to $1,000, you can use a Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description as well. But really, this doesn't make this honestly does not surprise me anymore, because I talk to a lot of people that are looking to buy a Tesla, whether it's friends, families, or people that want to join my Patreon link to schedule a call with me. And right now, there's a lot of incentives out there. I just learned about another one today where you can get $250 for installing a charger in the Los Angeles area. But taking a look at this, it looks like this study did a poll at the University of Maryland, and it basically said that 71% of Americans that they polled did not know about the IRA federal EV tax credits, and also 66% knew little or nothing to know about the 30% tax credits on rooftop solar. But I guess it's kind of a weird poll, right? Because if this was at the University of Maryland, I would imagine a lot of those people don't own their own home, or maybe it was a University of Maryland poll in the surrounding area. But a lot of people might not own their own home, which would mean that they would not need to do solar. And also, University of Maryland is not really a big solar market like California. And so this would be interesting to see if they did this same poll in maybe the western states or maybe even California, because I feel like it would be a lot higher on the people, at least people knowing about the $7,500 massive EV tax credit. But if you don't know how that tax credit works, definitely check out videos on the channel where we go over all the different schematics and where you can figure out yourself on where to do the calculation for the $7,500 federal tax credit. But at the end of the day, it is pretty massive, and it is essentially a big check or enhanced refund check that you get as long as you qualify as an individual yourself within the income limits. But it's definitely worth it. And that's why there's a lot of Teslas selling in California and probably many other states on top of that. But definitely be aware about it. Do your research, I guess. Definitely make sure you try and check off all the different incentives. But at the end of the day, there's plenty of incentives, and you're not going to be able to look at and figure out all of them, but that's why you're here on YouTube, probably trying to research them all. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. We're going to jump into the next topic, but before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Double entry is Patreon link. We support the channel and get access to the ultimate Tesla buying guide out there with all the best interest rates for financing your Tesla. So definitely check out Patreon link down below in the description. Ben, do you think people should buy a Model 3 now or wait? It really depends. If you need a car right now, then definitely go ahead and purchase one. But if you couldn't wait, I would just say wait, because there's a lot of things coming on the horizon about this Model 3 Highland. Could be a lower price. Definitely is going to be better technology. But at the same time, if you like discounts, $4,000 to $5,000 off, maybe this next month, as we get to the end of the quarter, there could be a best time to buy a Tesla vehicle to get the best discount. Warren, do you know if the FSD monthly subscription can be canceled at any time? Yes, I think it's cancelable at any time with a 30-day out. Tapia, I hope you're doing well. No, thanks for coming in, Tapia. I hope you are doing well. And I'm still waiting on my LADWP EV charging rebate that we applied for to get that $1,000 back. So I've basically given up on it. So if you are, I know you've been waiting to see if you could apply for that as well. Not a very fast program, I guess, unfortunately. In this next topic, we're going to talk about the Rivian R1T because we've got one on order and I've been following it. But it looks like the Rivian R1T, the cheaper version of the R1T, the dual motor, just got its EPA range release. So let's take a look at it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, so definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. Shout out to Inside EVs. They posted this. Rivian R1T dual motor large pack gets over 350 miles of range. It seems like the efficiency is much better than the quad motor. If we take a look at the stats on the screen from fueleconomy.gov, you can see across the board that the R1T all have pretty much this 340 to 350 mile range, depending on what rims you actually get, which is really nice. The Rivian R1T is not yet out yet. You can build them, you can take a look at them, you can visualize them on the website. It's basically about, I want to say, like $7,000 cheaper than the other Rivian or the other bigger motor. I don't even know where you can visualize this anymore. Visualize right here. And so it's definitely a nice feature because if you go with the performance, you get 5,000, but it's really 0 to 60 and 3.5, which is not that much more. Quad motor, which is overkill. I get why people get it, but that's an $8,000 option. So you could save $5,000 going from performance to dual motor, and the efficiency in terms of mile range is essentially the same. So we're going to see, I'm waiting to see if this dual motor actually gets released so that we can try and potentially buy one, but we're really trying to see what this Cybertruck is really going to be shaking out to be for that. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. We're going to jump into the next topic. Dude, I still haven't got my charger installed. City came and said we had a bunch of things that needed permits on our property. And I am now set back for a couple of months at least. Keep calling that place to get your money back. Oh, sorry to hear about that. Yeah, I guess I've given up. I should call them to follow up to see if I can get the money back for the charger. But I guess I'm just fingers crossed and hoping that it will come back at a certain point, or the money will come at a certain point. All right, what else we got? We got one last topic for CVRP people. In this last topic, we're going to do a quick CVRP update for California buyers only. It seems like we have been talking about how the funding has been running out, but it looks like CVRP has posted another update to their website. Just so in case you missed it, funding has been running out and is, quote, going quickly. So submit your application ASAP. Unfortunately, you cannot apply for the application, at least from my understanding, until you actually take delivery of the vehicle. But there was some programs that were just announced today, which is August 15th. And now if you're low income, you might be able to receive an extra $2,000 fuel card for whatever that's worth. I think that's to pay for like Tesla supercharging, or maybe Electrify America, or maybe even a charging station, a public charging station cost at the end of the day. But they just posted this update. You can see here what happens when CVRP is out of funding, because the last thing we looked at, there was an announcement or a study done that CVRP might be running out by October or November, and that's 60 to 90 days out from now. The whole application process takes 90 days, so definitely be aware about that. There's some things that you might be working to, like waiting for a better price, but also at the same time, you could lose this $2,000 or maybe even more from the CVR program because it could be running out of money. But quote, as CVRP moves closer to running out of funding, applications will be placed on a standby list. Applications on the standby list are not guaranteed to receive a rebate. A notice will be placed on the website notifying applicants in advance when the applications will be placed on standby list. Once all funds have been exhausted, CVRP will stop placing applications on the standby list and announce the date when CVRP will stop accepting new applications. CVRP is not receiving additional funding. It will not reopen new applications once funding has been exhausted. So definitely be aware of that. Yes, you could be waiting for a better price in September when it's the end of the quarter, but CVRP could run out of funding at any moment. I mean, yes, there are income limits on this, and of course it's about $2,000 for most electric vehicles on the Model 3 and Model Y included. So just be aware that this is one of the bigger programs that California has that almost everybody is approved for, but it could be running out of money very soon. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know if you have more insight on this or if you've heard some other things on when this could be running out. We're going to jump into the live stream comments, but before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below is the Patreon link to support the channel and get access to the ultimate Tesla buying guide out there with all the best interest rates for financing your Tesla, all better than Tesla financing. So definitely check it out. Patreon link down below in the description. But thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for supporting. Definitely check out the Tesla discount accessory codes down below in the description if you want to save some money on Tesla accessories. Definitely check out our Tesla referral code if you're looking to save some money on a Tesla vehicle on your order. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hitting the like button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.